This black woman built a marketing system before any of this had a name in 1902. She pioneered a franchise-style model in black beauty with standardized pricing, training as brand education, free demos to build trust, and she built training schools to turn black women into a professional sales team. Meet Annie Malone. This is day 16 of 28 days of black marketing logic that built the world. Annie became obsessed with chemistry and hair care, and she always experimented on her relatives' hair. By 1900, she was developing her own scalp treatments for black women dealing with hair loss and break. So in 1902, she moved to St. Louis with 3 employees and started selling door to door. But she sold the system instead of the product. She called it Poro. The Poro system was a full regimen: scalp treatment, hair grower, and regular care on a schedule. And that schedule was a retention mechanism. You come back every 2 to 3 weeks. So she trained agents, essentially branding them, which is like today's influencers. Her training covered product knowledge, sales presentations, grooming, and budgeting. But most importantly, how to walk, how to talk, and how to dress. Poro agents were expected to be polished embodiments of the brand, and she protected the brand with strict pricing. Her signage said, "Agents working for less will not be supplied." Then in 1917, she opened Poro College in St. Louis. It was part factory, part school, and part community hub. Like, the whole building itself was marketing because the architecture was proof of success. And by the late 1910s, she reportedly had around like 25,000 agents. And by 1920, some accounts put that number as high as 75,000 across the US, Canada, the Caribbean, South America, and the Philippines. Poro College became the largest black-owned business in St. Louis, and Annie Malone became one of the first black millionaires in America with an estimated $14 million at her peak. But this is the logic that came from it. She proved that black beauty could be an industry back in 1902. But the most important thing today is that a brand could be built on community, education, and standard, not just a product. But here's the thing. One of her sales agents in St. Louis would later leave and build her own brand. You may know her as Madam C.J. Walker.